This is John Colo at DiscountJuicers.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you. And besides just making episodes on the juicers, you know, I do a lot of research and find out the latest and greatest products for you guys. One of the ways I do that is come to trade shows. So here I'm at the 2015 International Home and Houseware Show here, taking place in Chicago, Illinois at McCormick Place, which is one of the largest, or probably the largest convention center in the United States. And this place is filled with all kinds of things for the home and kitchen gadgets and appliances and all kinds of stuff. So what I'm going to do in this episode for you guys is to keep you guys up to date, right? Besides me being up to date, I want you guys to be up to date. No other retailer that I know does this. Come to these shows, films behind the scene footage for you guys to let you guys know what is in the pipeline and what will be coming out real soon, so that you guys can include more fresh fruits and vegetables in your diet. Now, although this trade show is full of all kinds of different booths, I'm really focusing on, you know, things like the appliances and the juicers, which there are some real cool innovations coming out real soon. So let's go ahead and head in the show floor and share with you guys some of the new products coming out for 2015. So this is what it looks like inside the convention center here for those of you guys that can't come. I mean, this is an industry only event, so unless you have a business selling these kind of products, you know, you will not get admitted into the houseware show. But I'm glad I could share this with you guys. Basically inside here, what it's like is just a big, like, football, you know, size field, and several of them at that. And they got booths and aisles that you walk up and you walk down, you know, to check out all the new products from all the different manufacturers. You know, manufacturers from all over the world come here to show their products. And just because a product is here doesn't mean it will ever actually be out on the market. And I have had videos before where I filmed products that just never materialize, known in the computer industry as vaporware. You know, that being said, the industry kind of thought at this point in time, you know, 2015, is that the juicer sales is flat, right? And that many big companies don't want to pick up juicers to offer them to the people because, you know, they're just not selling. So if they're not selling, they're not going to tie their money to inventory in things that aren't going to be selling. You know, that being said, you know, while blender sales or things like the NutriBullet that, you know, are on fire these days, which are a blender, and blending is not juicing. As much as I appreciate blending and do blend in my personal life, I think juicing is multitudes times better, at least twice as good as blending. If you want to learn why, hey, click the link down below in the description for my 6 reasons on why juicing is better than blending. And so while I will cover some blenders and other appliances in this episode, I'm going to be covering pretty much most of the new technology in juicers that are going to be coming out. And, you know, juicing will always remain to be a place and a growing, you know, part or segment of the small appliance industry, because it's simply this: as long as people continue to eat processed foods, fast foods, junk foods, and animal products in excess, right, juicing is completely necessary and vital to the health of every single American out there. People don't understand, juicing allows you to concentrate the amount of nutrients you could get out of the food, and no other appliance in this whole exhibit hall allows you to do that. And the juicer is my #1 health appliance. If you don't have one already, you're definitely going to want to get one. So also be sure to check my other videos. I have over 400 videos now comparing and demonstrating different style juicers so that you guys can get the best one. Anyways, for this episode, let's go ahead off into the wild blue yonder and check out some of the new juicers that are going to be appearing soon. So now we're going to check out the first booth that I'm going to share with you guys. And now, instead of saving the best for last, I'm going to give you guys the best first. So after this, you might want to turn off the rest of the video because you're going to see it all at TriBest. So TriBest basically makes healthy living easy. They provide you guys appliances that allow you to include more fruits and vegetables and make healthy living super easy. And they got some brand new products in a brand new blender that's gonna be coming out soon that'll knock your socks off. So let's go ahead and head over there and show you guys our new products coming out soon. TriBest is known for its juicers. You know, they brought in the original green power juicer, and now the latest one is the Green Star Elite, and that's the twin gear juicer that produces some of the highest yields and makes the highest quality juice, in my opinion. That being said, not everybody's gonna go for the Cadillac and get the Green Star Elite, so they might wanna get something like this. This is TriBest's all new entry into the horizontal single auger machines that work very well on things like the leafy greens as well as the wheatgrass. So this is the all new Solostar 4, not quite out yet, but will be out soon. And this is their 4th generation of the horizontal single auger machine. Now, the main features that's new and different with this machine is that this is the lowest RPM single auger juicer on the market. It runs at 57 RPMs than I generally recommend. The lower the RPMs, the better, because there's going to be less air infiltration or oxidation to your juice. The other thing is that this has 20% more torque than other machines on the market and uses 10% less power. So, you know, if you're living off the grid on solar, this is probably one of the machines you're going to want to get. Another thing I really like about Tribest is that they are now, you know, giving you guys better value. So this machine now has a 15-year warranty, which is the longest warranty in the industry, you know, for any juicer. I mean, think about it. If you bought a refrigerator, most of those have a 1-year warranty. Like many of the refrigerators and things in this haul, other appliances, even other juicer companies have a 1-year warranty, right? What kind of warranty is that? You know, juices will go pretty good for a year most of the time. After that, they may have problems if they're not engineered properly. Tribest is confident enough to give a 15-year warranty, and I want to encourage you guys to get a juicer with a long warranty, because what does that mean? A juicer with a long warranty is an insurance policy. You know, it's not like paying health care, you know, that we're required to pay and all this kind of stuff. You know, it's basically gives you the opportunity to have a machine that works every day so that you can make the lifestyle changes you desire, you know, so that you will not have to, you know, get sucked into the health care or sick care system. You could be healthy by simply living healthy. And I mean, that's the simple facts of the matter. One of the things actually I don't like about this, because it is the latest generation, you know, the newest generation of other single auger machines have wide feed chutes. So, you know, one of the things I would like to see change is a nice wider feed chute to make feeding in the produce easier, so that you guys could, you know, juice a lot easier. Anyways, let's go ahead and turn from juicing onto another appliance that Tribest offers to make healthy living easy. So the next all-new product that Tribest will be offering to make healthy living easy is a dehydrator. So as you guys can see me, they got all different kinds of dehydrators here. They've come out with the original Sedona, then they upgraded that, made it the Sedona Combo. Now they even upgraded it further, in my opinion, and even improved it, and now they're coming out with the Sedona Express models. And this is a major improvement in the dehydration technology for Tribest. You know, they were the first to have a 2-temperature TST technology, which reduces your dehydration time, which means you can be eating your homegrown, fresh, dehydrated fruits and veggies and crackers and bananas or whatever, fruit roll-ups in the dehydrator faster. Now with the Sedona Express, they're making it even more convenient. So the first thing they did, instead of having the pull down door, they have a nice pop open door, glass, which is really nice, you know. And then they also have a stainless steel trays now available. They also have a model lesser expensive with the plastic trays. I do encourage you guys to do it right the first time. Get the stainless steel trays. These are nice, high quality trays. In addition, they have a nice little light on the inside. And if I go ahead and pull some of these trays out real fast for you guys, I don't know if you guys will be able to see that all the way in the back of the dehydrator, but the back of the dehydrator has been redesigned over the original Sedona. It has one nice large fan that's going to push a lot of air, as well as a heating coil. And this is fully computer controlled, you know, unlike the majority of the dehydrators on the market. I like that a lot. It also includes a standard drip tray, and Tribest has increased the warranty on the Sedona Express to a full 10 years, you know, from the 5 years on the previous Sedona models. Another thing I want to mention is that this is an 11 tray dehydrator, so it'll give you a lot of space to dehydrate. And this is also more compact, so it's not as wide and a little bit tall. This will still fit underneath your standard kitchen countertops in your home. Another thing I like about this is that the control panel is in the front. It's very easy to control. You know, and you could have several different modes of operation. You got a raw mode to make sure your products stay raw. So if you set it to 118 degrees, it'll never exceed that temperature. Other dehydrators, if you set to 118, it's actually going to get up to like, I don't know, maybe 130 in some instances. In addition, they have a standard fast mode where actually you can set it to 118 and actually fluctuate above 118. This can be handy if you are dehydrating things like meats. The Sedona Express also has the widest range of temperatures that you can dehydrate from. I believe it's like 77 degrees on up to 167, which gives you guys the ultimate flexibility in dehydration. You know, if you're doing meats, you know, FDA recommends the hotter temperatures like 167, and if you're doing, you know, raw foods like I would do, you know, I would set it at 118 to ensure you have the maximum enzymes and maximum nutrition in the food, and slowly dehydrate your food instead of doing it fast like many commercial operations do. So yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Sedona Express, I'm really looking forward to this baby coming out real soon, and I'll be testing it for you guys in my very kitchen. So now we're gonna show you guys the Dynablend blender. This is the most economical, full-featured blender that money can buy easily, you know, with a tempered glass carafe. So the all-new Dynablend now has no plastic contact for the whole lower half of the blender except for the top here. So for those of you guys that are really concerned about plastics and BPA, I mean, virtually every other blender on the market has a plastic container, and those that do have the glass, trust me, I've checked most all of them, you know, are very underpowered. This is a full 1.1 horsepower blender, runs up to 23,000 RPMs, all below $200, so you could be getting, you know, high-end blender performance at a fraction of the cost. So the new thing about this is that, let me go ahead and take this apart here and show you guys. Tribest has now actually made upgrades to the design of the machine to include even more metal. And it's this piece right here. Previously, this piece was plastic. The all-new Dynablend Clean has a stainless steel bottom part along with the glass carafe. Now, some of the features of the Dynablend that remain consistent are the adjustable, automatic, and programmable functions. So you can use this manually just with the standard speed control like a dial on the old-fashioned television from low to high. You also have 3 different pre-programmed options. You can run it for a 60-second blend, so you can put everything in there, hit the 60-second blend button, go to the bathroom, you know, go brush your teeth, come back, and your blender is automatically turns itself off and your blended mixture is completely done. Now, we all know smoothies are super popular these days, and one of the things I like to blend is bananas, and they have a special pulse blend feature on this blender to basically blend up bananas to reduce the oxidation that occurs when you blend bananas, because what will happen on this special program, it'll blend on high for a second, then drop it completely off. Blend it on high, drop it completely off. One of the tips that I want to give you guys with in this video is that when you're blending anything, you want to blend for the absolute minimum amount of time to reduce and minimize the oxidative damage that's happening to the produce, because there are so many different antioxidants, but when you're blending them too long, they get broken down and they're not in the final product. And that's why I personally like juicing better than blending, although I blend plenty much. Yeah, so 3 programmable buttons. Also includes a stainless steel utility scoop, so you can actually use that in there to scoop things out. And also, you know, if things don't go quite all the way down, you can help push things into the blender blades with the stainless steel scoop, so that you can now have a clean diet using the all-new Dynablend 950 Clean. Now, the great news is this is only $10 more than the original Dynablend with the plastic. And if you have the current Dynablend, Tribest is offering a unique upgrade opportunity for just a small cost, so that you guys could get the latest and greatest upgrades on the Dynablend. Now, you know, this is like the best low-end blender in my opinion. So now we're over at the Excalibur booth, and I'm gonna share with you guys the new Dehydrators that will be soon out and available from Excalibur. So forever, Excalibur has been the horizontal or parallax drying technology leader, and I'm surprised to see that now they're going the way of the competitors, right? Is this a step forward or a step backward for Excalibur? I don't know. Anyways, they're having a basically Excalibur branded dehydrators that have the bottom airflow or the vertical airflow, you know. So this has the same Excalibur quality and has the adjustable thermostat, which is one of the most important features that you want to have on any dehydrator. And I mean, the main reason I asked, why are you guys doing this? They said, John, you know, we could reach a different price point because these machines are going to be much less expensive than their higher end and, you know, horizontal flow models. I personally recommend that you guys always get a horizontal flow. In my years of testing, they always perform better than the, you know, bottom airflow units. But if you don't have a lot of money, this may be a viable alternative. And with the Excalibur brand name, you're going to be confident that you're going to have a dehydrator that will last many years to come. As for me, we're going to move this guy aside. And what I use in my very home is this guy right here. This is the Excalibur full 10 tray stainless steel dehydrator. Stainless steel on the outside, stainless steel on the inside, even has some insulation on the inside, and full stainless steel trays, full computerized control. That's the one I use in my home each and every day when I'm using dehydrators. and it works flawlessly. For those, and that guy retails for about $1,000, a little bit spendy. For those of you guys that can't afford the true stainless, they got a new one here that actually, let's go over where the chef's at, and he's got it running, maybe even with some stuff in there to explain with you guys a new horizontal flow Excalibur Dehydrator. So here's the all new Excalibur Dehydrator. This is a 10 tray horizontal flow airflow design. This is only a prototype, so it will go through more revisions before it's ready for public consumption, but I thought I'd share this with you guys, let you guys know what is in the pipeline. And that's the beauty of me coming to these shows, to learn about some of the insider knowledge and tips that you guys are not going to hear anywhere else. So if you're considering buying an Excalibur Dehydrator, you don't want to spend $1,000 for the high-end one that I like to use. This is definitely an upgrade from their previous line of dehydrators that has been out for many years now. So this is a 10 tray unit. It has a door that opens up like this, which I like a lot instead of the hanging door. In addition, they have the standard trays with the mesh. They will also include or have a stainless steel model of this. And unlike the original Excalibur that basically just had a standard dumb controls, this has all new smart controls, and I don't know if you guys could see that on the screen, but basically this has this touch panel that you use that has menus for quick start, advanced settings. You can actually program this with your very own recipes and say, hey, I want to run the program for my kale chips, and hit go, and then it's going to dehydrate. Another thing that's really nice, it actually has 2 zones. So it has 2 fans and 2 zones. You can use the only top 5 trays or the bottom 5 trays. It has a divider in there, so you can use less power if you're not going to fill your dehydrator up all the way. It also has a filtration feature, so you can actually put filters in the back so that the air coming into your dehydrator is clean, so that you have clean food coming out. I mean, those are just some of the many features on this brand new Excalibur. They haven't been fully finalized yet. The pricing has not been announced yet, but this will be out, I don't know, hopefully within the next year. And let me tell you, I'm really looking forward to it, because this takes, dehydration to the next level. Another really good feature that I like that this is having is actually the 2-time 2 temperature feature. So for example, when you put things in the dehydrator, you could dehydrate it at 130 degrees for the first 2 hours to get the majority of the evaporation off at a hotter temperature, and then drop down the temperature back to like 118 or 110 degrees for the duration, so that you'll have your dehydrator goods done sooner rather than later. So the last thing over here at Excalibur that's kind of new and different is that their original model now includes, instead of just the standard dumb controller, they are now included up at the top here. You guys can see it has a computerized control in there. So this allows you to have some of the functionality of the newer one, primarily the 2-time 2 temperature plus automatic, shut off, and have your dehydrator run at a pre-programmed time setting. And I like that these models are only about $50 more than the previous models that don't have the adjustable computer in there. And so I think this is definitely a worthwhile upgrade. But if it was me, I would definitely stick for those brand new units, because these still have some of the maybe features that aren't optimal, like the hang-on door, and that can vibrate a little bit in some cases. So yeah, I think they're doing good at Excalibur, and I look forward to some of the new machines coming out and be able to test it as soon as they are. Next, we're gonna go ahead and share with you guys the Vitamix booth and show you guys the new Vitamix blenders that are out there. Vitamix is probably my #1 favorite blender on the market at this time, and it's what I use in my very home. So I'm excited to see what they have that's all new. So one of the many all new models that's being announced here at Vitamix is the all new S50. Now you guys may be familiar with the S30 Vitamix, and the S30 is basically their entry into the personal blending market. So this literally allows you to blend in a little smaller carafe, or even a personal size carafe that you actually just take with you, take to work, and this has all the power of a regular Vitamix. I want to let you guys know that many of the personal blenders that are currently on the market are just weak and underpowered, have a short 1-year warranty, and will literally blow out on you. The Vitamix, this S30, and now the all-new S50 has a nice 5-year warranty, so that you'll be blending many years to come and having the perfect consistency every single time. With the all-new S50, not only do you have the variable speed control that many Vitamixes have, but now you have the opportunity to run pre-programmed functions. So you can literally set the program, walk away, go to the bathroom, get ready for work, come back, and your blended mixture will be all ready to go. And then besides just the personal blending line, what I like with the Vitamix is the all-new 7500 series, and the 7500 series basically improves the original, design on the Vitamix with a larger power motor, high power motor, and with the high power motor, it's able to drive a larger carafe and larger blade assembly. So this is the 64-ounce wide carafe. This will not work on previous Vitamix models due to the increased torque and power required to drive this nice wide blade in here. This is a 64-ounce carafe that's shorter and squattier. So this is my favorite carafe for the Vitamix because you're gonna get a better blending action. And this is the BPA-free Triton container. And actually I was over at the Triton booth, and hey, let me throw up the video of that. Triton is so indestructible that like I took it inside the batting cage and batted the heck out of it. It didn't even break. So yeah, I like the Vitamix a lot, and be sure to look for these new products soon at discountjuicers.com. It's the Bugatti Vento from Italy. Now, those of you guys that remember, Bugatti, they used to make and still make maybe like high performance sports cars, and that division got sold off, but they still make other things, and one of which is the blender. So much like they've designed that high, power supercar, this is what I would consider a super blender. So this like basically blows away all the other blenders on the market. I mean, if you guys have a Vitamix, if you guys have a Blendtec, I mean, those things are junk compared to this thing right here. And I mean, there's a few reasons for that I'm gonna explain. I mean, number one, you guys better sit down because I just showed you the best poor man's blender. This is the best rich man's blender right here. And if you got money, this is the blender you're gonna wanna get. And this is the blender that I'll be using every day in my kitchen once these guys are out. So this is gonna retail for around $1,000, plus or minus. Full pricing has not been disclosed yet. And it's gonna have other accessories that comes with it, including smaller size carafes and all this kind of stuff. And of course, this is BPA free. And the thing that really sets this blender apart than others, I mean, all the blenders on the market, every blender you've seen before virtually has an AC motor, alternating current motor. And one of the things that I like is when a company really does something different and it improves the whole technology. And this one has a DC motor, which is far more powerful. I mean, blenders are rated in horsepower. This one's rated at over 4 horsepower. Most other blenders are rated at 2 horsepower, but that's at 2 horsepower peak, right? They always try to impress you with the horsepower, but it's at peak. When the blender's under load, like if you put a nice thick mixture, like, thick coconut meat and some nuts and you're trying to grind it, that's producing resistance on the blades, which on the AC motor, it slows down. And, it also slows down the blender speed. So many blenders are advertised at like 20,000 plus RPMs, and that's at that peak. Like if you have water in there, it's gonna run at that RPM. If you put a lot of stuff in there, man, it slows it down. And trust me, I've slowed down my Vitamix hardcore so much that it actually slowed down and stopped working. Matter of fact, in a recent test against the Bugatti and the Vitamix blending some cauliflower, right? On full speed, the Vitamix would blend 4 minutes and then shut off. The Bugatti was going strong after 17 minutes. Once again, this is a high-end blender for the high-end consumer, and most of you guys out there will probably never buy this, but hopefully this technology will be out in other blenders at lower price points. So anyways, this has a DC motor, and because of the DC motor, it has 4 true horsepower, which means even if you put the thickest mixture in there, it's just gonna blend it up and tear it on up. It's gonna maintain its 15,000 plus RPM consistently and not slow down. This provides you guys with, proper blends every single time, and you will get the exact same consistency that you desire. It also has nice sharp blades, a really well designed and actually really good looking carafe. And I like, a lot of things from Europe and all this stuff. They have a lot of design elements. It's no longer a square box that you have a few knobs on, right? It also has a touch panel control, lights up. It has pre-programmed functions. So if you want to make a smoothie, you can hit the smoothie button. If you want to make a hot soup, hit the hot soup button. And because this thing does not slow down, this will actually heat up, your mixtures. And after 17 minutes of blending, a raw cauliflower, it was now a cooked cauliflower soup in there. And another thing I like that's a safety feature is it has a true stop feature. So what this means is you can blend it, and this is the cool thing is, this has a range like a dial control like the Dynablend. You could set it on speed number 1, and it just blends so slowly. It just kind of just mixes things up, right? If we go to like speed number, That speed 60, it's totally cranking up. It's really blending things up really well. And there's all the different speeds in between. So you have 60, different speeds that you can cater from to do the blends you want. Of course, another cool thing about this blender is that it is also Bluetooth enabled. So what does this mean? This means you can actually download recipes from the app into the blender and say, hey, run my green smoothie recipe that I make with garden fresh kale. That doesn't need to be blended as long as store kale, because store kale is a lot more fibrous, right? You can actually have it blend it. You could download the program, hit start, blend it, and then it turns itself off. And if you got a friend, hey John, how do you make that recipe? You can actually send, through the app to your friend the recipe and the exact programming cycle so that they will get consistent and the exact precision results every single time in the Bugatti Vento blender. I mean, those are only some of the features and some of the things that I've learned about this blender so far, and now I want one really bad and want to be able to start using it and test it in my kitchen so I can share with you guys really the innovative, advancement in blending technology. I mean, this is going to blow other companies out of the water for sure. So now I'm going to check out the Kuvings booth, and they make one of the best-selling juicers in the United States, the whole slow juicer that they're currently demonstrating. But actually, I'm not even going to talk about the whole slow juicer. We're going to talk about some other products that they have over at Kuvings that's all new. So Kuvings has been manufacturing juicers and other small kitchen appliances over in Korea for many years now, but in America, they're not well known of a brand. And one of the things that I do behind the scenes when I meet with manufacturers is to, basically I like to be, see myself as a consumer advocate, right? I point out some of the challenges with the juicers and how they can be improved. And in the videos that I make, either manufacturers can embrace me or reject me. And if they embrace me, they're going to say, oh John, our juicer had a defect, we apologize, we're going to make it better. And companies such as TriBest that you guys saw earlier, they constantly improve and actually offer free upgrades of their different juicers in some cases, and or small charges to make upgraded parts available for the latest refinements. And so I try to really duke it out and really get a better product so that you guys could have a better experience in juicing. And so, Kuvings has had their centrifugal ejection juicers out for many years now. And actually, the fact of the matter is they're high quality machines, but I've been reserved on offering them because, I always want to provide you guys value. Other companies do not do this, right? They just want to sell you a juicer, get your money, and then, that's the end of it, right? I want to sell you guys life-changing appliances that you'll be able to use for many years to come. So what I finally have gotten Kuvings to do after many years of talking to them and negotiating with them is I finally got them to increase the warranty on their machines. One of the biggest brands of centrifugal juicers is the Breville brand, and those juicers they're good juicers. The problem I see with them is that they have a short 1-year warranty, which means you'll be able to juice for 1 year, but if it breaks on day 367, and you got to get a new juicing basket, those juicing baskets are, I don't know what, 50, 70 bucks. That's going to cost you money. I want to sell you guys an appliance that you'll be able to juice and use for many years to come with literally no hassles and no extra expenditures. And yes, you may pay a little bit more for that in the beginning, but I believe that's a worthwhile investment when you're investing in something as important to your health. So anyways, I've gotten Kuvings to expand their warranty for a full 10 years on the motor and 3 years on the blade and the basket assembly, which are like the wearable parts on a juicer, right? It's like there's not really warranties on your car tires or your brakes, but they're going to warranty that for 3 years and the motor for a full 10 years, which is your assurance that you'll be having a juicer for many years to come. So now we're going to start offering the Kuvings juicers and get you guys set up with those, and it'll probably be my #1 favorite centrifugal ejection juicer line in the world. That being said, I always encourage you guys to get a slow juicer if you can afford it, because based on the studies that I've seen, it has like 50% in some cases more cancer fighting activities in the juices made with a slow juicer. I guess next, let's go ahead and show you guys Kuvings all new hybrid blender food processor, which is like no other. So now I'm gonna show you guys the Kuvings Premium Smart Blender, and this is not just a blender, it's actually a blender, a food processor hybrid. So it kind of does both what a blender and a food processor does all in one machine. I like it a lot because #1, It has a stainless steel container, which is very important for some people out there. It's durable and it's made out of stainless steel. Now this has a full 1300 watts, and it also has a variable speed control here. You can actually adjust the speed, and it also has pre-programmed functions. As the pre-programmed functions are labeled on the machine here, it says mince, dough, ice, cream, smoothie, and bubble. So that bubble feature, that's kind of interesting to me. I mean, this machine is in Korea and they do some weird stuff over there, so I'm not sure exactly what that's gonna do. But the coolest thing to me is actually the cream, or you can make your own whipped cream at home. Like what all the products that I share with you guys, you know, in this episode and online do is they allow you to make your own and prepare your own fresh foods at home. They literally make it easy, and I want you guys to prepare your own foods at home like they did in the olden days, and don't just rely on convenient foods, you know, foods that are in packages, processed foods, you know, foods found in packages, bottles, and jars, because when they start processing food, they process all the nutrients out of it, you know. In this machine, you can make your own dough with something as simple as flour and some pumpkin, like, yeah, whole pumpkin chunks, to make some of the healthiest flour to do your own baking at home. So I want to go ahead and show you guys the all new redesigned blade design in here. So there's a blade on the inside that comes standard, has 6 blades, which is unique. I haven't seen this configuration before. So this is a special blade that allows you to do the blending and the food processing. You know, the most curious feature to me, and the one I want to see the most, is actually making cream. So they have a cream blade here that we're going to go ahead and stick inside this machine right in the bottom. We're gonna take our heavy whipping cream, and I really am curious if this is gonna work with like using some coconut cream to make some coconut cream, whipped cream. We're gonna just go ahead and pour this in about 250 milliliters worth. Then we're gonna go ahead and put the top on, clicks right in, and then all we need to do is select down to menu 2, and we're gonna press the cream button, and it's gonna be fully automatic and make the cream and then stop when it's ready. So we're gonna hit that. Wow, that machine just stopped, and it looks like, oh my gosh, it looks like we got some cream in there. Wow, so that whipped cream, totally amazing. This product is not yet out. Be sure to subscribe to my videos if you're not already. I'll be sure to make all kinds of videos, you know, putting the Kuvings Premium Smart Blender through all its trials and tribulations, including trying to make coconut cream and getting a whole bunch of new and different textures, you know, in the Kuvings Premium Smart Blender that's like no other. All right, so now we're at the Omega booth, and let me go ahead and show you guys the new products that are going to be coming out really soon by Omega. All right, so here are the Omega VSJ series of juicers, and these are nothing new. These have been out for a while, and Omega has no new vertical single auger juicers coming out soon or on the horizon, or else they'd actually be shown at this show. So these are the current ones, the second generation vertical single auger juicers, which are some of the best on the market at this time. But what I want to do next is actually show you guys some of the new juicers that Omega will be having coming out real soon at their booth. So now we're looking at the Omega horizontal auger machines, and this is the latest and greatest, the NC800 machine and the NC900. They have an all new NC model coming out, and it's this guy right here. The main difference is that this is a silver color plastic, this is a chrome plated plastic, and now they're coming out with an all stainless steel design. So just the housing is the stainless steel. The auger is still the same, but it also has a new clear look with a one-piece funnel instead of a two-piece. I like this. It looks a lot more sharp, a lot more detailed. Plus they have a more funnel that's nice and clear. So this kind of looks more high-end than the previous model. In addition, this new model that's going to have the same exact yields also will come with 2 stainless steel catch containers for your juice as well as the pulp, instead of the plastic ones that were with the previous models. And there's only about approximately, because full pricing has not been announced yet, $50 price increase, and this will be out within the next several months. All right, I know what you guys are thinking. John, you just covered the Omega horizontal auger machines. What's up? Why you got them again? All right, so if you look closely, these may look like the Omega horizontal auger machines, but they're completely new and different. If you look very closely, actually, let me go ahead and take this apart for you guys. There's actually a twin gear inside there, so this is totally new and unique. I mean, it's quite interesting to me that Omega is actually coming out with twin gear technology after they have used and been promoting the single gear technology for so long. And it's really cool that they're actually doing this, because what I'd like to say is that this dual gear juicer is going to be the easiest to clean in the entire world, because there's literally less parts and less nooks and crannies for the produce to get stuck. And so this is the outlet cap that has, much like the other dual gear juicers on the market, has that adjustable spring tensioner that's going to keep the pulp inside the longest to extract the most yield. And in addition, they got the two gears here that look much like inside of a transmission that the produce gets put through and basically gets squeezed here and crushed and then wrung out on the second stage. And this is the little screen area that you're gonna have to clean. It's a very little screen area for cleaning. I'm confident also this will come with a homogenizing blank plate as well. And you know, in the standard Omega style look. So I'm excited for these guys to be out. These are just being shown here today, not yet released, may not be released for a little bit. The expected price is gonna be around $500. So yeah, looking forward to testing this. You know, it's my firm belief that there's a right juicer for you. Should you get a twin gear? Should you get a single auger? I don't know. It depends on your specific needs. Every juicer, no matter what it is, always has its pros and cons. And Omega would like you to believe that their juicers are the best in the world. And, you know, I'll tell you, maybe otherwise. You know, as for vertical juicers, based on my testing, their VSJ is top notch in the world. And with my testing, the NC800 is the top horizontal juicer. Will this be the top dual gear juicer in the world? I don't know. I'll have to test it and time will tell. But yeah, in general, the dual gears are best for hard vegetables and the leafy greens, not so good at the fruits. So another new thing with the horizontal single auger machines is the all new Omega Cube juicer. Check it out. I mean, juicers traditionally have looked like something like this. They take a lot of counter space when you're not using them because they're fully set up. The all new Omega Cube juicer stores and breaks down into just like literally a nice little cube. So this no longer can look like a juicer on your countertop. I mean, you could just have it looking like that. Just looks like a nice looking little, I don't know, toaster oven or something on your countertop. But this is a full feature juicer that is equivalent to the NC800. So basically you're gonna go ahead and take off this top here and you could start seeing the different juicing components, you know, take it all apart. We're gonna go ahead and undo that, and look, just a quick spin that around right there, and now we have it already set up to juice. We're gonna go ahead and put the funnel on top, and then we got our collection cup here, and we got the pulp catch right over there. So yeah, super handy, super sweet. I mean, pretty much this, if you look at it, pretty much has the NC800 end cap with the adjustable outlet control to allow further back pressure on the juice. In addition, if you look over here, basically you just pop these guys up. You got the pusher and the handy cleaning brush that stores right in the machine. So I'm not too much into design, I'm more into functionality, and for me it's more important about how does this unit function compared to the other models, because the other models have a direct drive, and I don't know if this is a direct drive just the way this guy is set up, so I'm really interested in doing some testing to see how this works. But for those of you guys that are really into design, this is probably the juicer you're gonna wanna buy, because nothing is efficient in its space saving as the new Omega Cube. So I wanted to stop and give you guys an update. You know, I've been walking this whole entire show floor all around to share with you guys some of the latest products, and it makes me sad, you know, when I sometimes go to a new manufacturer that's making juicers, you know, and I say, hey, can I film a video to share with my viewers about your product? And then they say no. And I'm like, I don't know why they would want to say no and not allow me to share with you guys their products, unless they want to keep their product a secret and exclusive, right? So I'm glad that many of the manufacturers that I go to allow me to share their products openly, even if they're not out yet, because they know that you may hold off from buying their machine until the new model comes out, and that's totally fine, you know? So anyways, I want to let you guys know that. Plus, the other thing I want to let you guys know in this portion of the video is that, you know, I'm sharing with you guys a lot of the, you know, trusted manufacturers in juicing. You know, there's many juicers that I have seen here. Many of them will never materialize in the market, and some of them may be promoted. And I know there's juicers for less. I mean, there's a whole haul of Chinese knockoffs with all different kinds of knockoff products, including juicers that just aren't the same, you know, quality that you're gonna get with a major brand like Tri-Best, Omega, or a blender like Vitamix, you know, or some of the other products that I have shown you guys in this video. You know, and I want to sell you not some disposable piece of junk, and you guys, you know, you guys get what you pay for. I want to sell you something that's going to be, you know, durable, long lasting, and provide you guys and give you guys the tools you need to make the health changes, you know, you want to be healthier, lose weight, and have more energy. With that, let's go ahead and check out a few more booths here at the 2015 houseware show. All right, so now I'm in the inventors corner of the trade show, and this is one of my favorite areas of the trade show because, you know, you find like just inventors just showing their new stuff. Like, this is how innovation happens in the world. Literally, it's through inventors, because, you know, a lot of them big companies, you know, they never quite do enough innovation, in my opinion, and I always like to see the latest and greatest, and that's what I'm going to show with you guys today. I mean, already in the inventors era, I found like a cool device you could put on your thumb so you could trim fruits and vegetables without cutting your thumb, and it actually holds fruit and vegetable in place, so hopefully I'll get one of those pretty soon. But what I want to show you guys next is right over there, and if you've ever wanted to juice olives, well, now you can. So let's go ahead and check it out. So now I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys the Olive Express, and this is like literally a juicer for your olives. You know, I recommend you guys juice your fresh fruits and vegetables, and I've gotten many inquiries over the years. Hey John, well, your juicers handles olives. And I'm like, no way, dude, those olive pits are super hard and they'll break and destroy any juicer. And how do you know? Well, because I've tried it and it's destroyed juicers before. Don't tell the juicing companies. And then I got them to send me the replacement parts. But don't do that in your juicer. But if you want to juice olives, then when you juice olives, when you juice fresh olives, you don't get olive juice. You get olive oil, because olives have a high fat content. And that's what the all-new Olive Express will allow you to do. This guy will not be out until 2016. This is a sneak peek for you guys. Super excited about this patented technology. Literally, you're just gonna take fresh olives, right? You're gonna take a little scoop of olives, dump them in the top of the machine, and about 5 minutes later, out the bottom, you're basically gonna pull out your fresh pressed olive oil. You know, I always want to encourage you guys to make your own foods fresh at home, whether that's olive oil, whether that's fresh fruits and vegetable juices. You're always going to get a better quality if you do it yourself, because you don't know what they're putting in the olive oil. You know, they could be diluting it with an inexpensive oil and still call it 100%. It could be a year old, 2 years old, 3 years old, right? When you do it yourself fresh, you're going to have fresh, high quality olive oil. It's gonna taste better, it's gonna make the flavors pop. It's important if you're a chef, but more importantly for me, you're gonna have the highest quality nutrition with minimal degradation as possible. So I'm really excited. I hope to get one of these when they're available, and I'll be sure to have a video on it demonstrating it for you guys, so you guys could press your own olives at home with the Olive Express. Right, so this brings me to the end of this episode, and unfortunately my audio is not working properly, so this is going to be dubbed, so it's going to look like a bad kung fu movie. But nonetheless, we'll share with the guys the same information. So yeah, right now I'm sitting on the John, and actually it's made by Kohler. Go figure that one out. But in any case, this is an important shot I want to share with you guys. You know, I mean, I showed you guys the different appliances that will allow you to eat more fruits and vegetables that all contain fiber. And if you're eating a lot of fiber, or not in the case of juicing, it does remove the insoluble fiber, but keeps the soluble fiber. You're going to have to be going to the bathroom. And, you know, I've learned about 20 years ago the best way to go to the bathroom is by squatting, not sitting on the standard toilet. You know, a lot of people may have to strain to get their bowels moving and get it out. And one of the cool things is by eating more fruits and vegetables, it's going to come out easier, but you still may have some challenges. And when you're sitting on the toilet, the normal way, it kinks up your intestines so that things don't flow smoothly, if you know what I mean. What they have at this booth is the Squatty Potty device, and this allows you to squat on your toilet safely and easily, to raise up your feet to put you in a squatting position so that your bowels aren't kinked, and you're going to get much better eliminations and evacuations. So basically how it works is you're going to go ahead and put your feet like this. You're going to go ahead and slide that, put your feet on top of it, and then you're just going to simply slide the Squatty Potty back. And as you guys can see, I'm now in a squatting position, which is more duplicating like how they would go to the bathroom in Asia, you know, just at a hole in the ground, and you're going to get the much better elimination. I mean, this is what all dogs do. You know, if you ever looked at their dog, you know, your dog squats when he poops to kind of get better evacuation, and this is what I believe you guys should do also. If you want to learn more about the Squatty Potty, be sure to check them out at squattypotty.com. Well, anyways, it looks like we've come to the end of this episode today. I hope you guys enjoyed learning about all the different new products and the new juicers and blenders that will be coming out soon. The best way to be notified of the new products coming out is subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'll make videos as I get the new products and am able to demonstrate them and test them and share with you guys all about them. Also, be sure to check my past episodes if you are looking for a juicer, blender, a dehydrator. I do have videos comparing different juicers to each other, over 400 videos now. And be sure to like this video to let me know that you liked it so that I'll continue to make videos when I go to these industry-only trade shows for you guys. I don't know too many other online retailers, or any for that matter, that go to the trade shows that try to keep you guys up to date with the latest and greatest products that will allow you to be healthier by including more fresh fruits and vegetables in your diet. Final thing I'd like to say is I want to encourage you guys to support me and my work. When you make your purchase from Discount Juicers, you allow me to continue my mission to educate people about fresh fruits and fresh vegetables and the appliances that you can use to get more into, because they are so healthy and mainstream America is simply not doing it enough. So anyways, once again, my name is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Be sure to visit DiscountJuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for our YouTube visitors. We're going to get to show you guys a brand new juicer that just is now released on the market. And this is TriBest's new Solostar 4 juicer. Now, I have had videos of this machine in the past, previewing it. But I'm glad to say that it is finally out now and available at DiscountJuicers.com. Now, the thing is, the Solostar 4 juicer is a horizontal